stopped in South Carolina on our way to a Harvest Host, and I forgot to put more def in, so learned my lesson, and paying $30 for 2.5 gallons of def. You normally pay about $13 or $14, so lesson learned, but you gotta fill it up.
West.
We have officially made it to our first Harvest Host. Not without any issues of me missing the turn and going down a street that I couldn't turn down. So I had to put it in reverse and try to back down like 500 feet. I may know how to back into a RV spot, but backing up in a straight line is a lot more difficult. But we did it. We're here. So we're at the Cartersville Country Winery. We're gonna walk around the winery a little bit. They're closed on Sundays, which is what today is, but they do have a honor system tasting room, so we'll probably do that a little later today. And there are a couple other RVs here, so for our first Harvest Host, we were a little scared, a little nervous, but we feel safe. So let's do maybe another wine tasting here. Do have a wine tasting room that's outside. It's just on the honor system, so try their 12 wines for $10. We tried them all. We have 5 that are in the running for purchasing the bottles, so we're gonna go with 2 bottles. So we have cranberry one, strawberry, blackberry tart, pomegranate, and just peachy. So which one do you think we're gonna go with?
They're all fruity ones. I don't know, the pomegranate was good, and the strawberry. Those are my 2 favorites.
Okay. I think I'm on board with the pomegranate, so we're definitely gonna get that. The strawberry, the strawberry was good. All 5 of those were good, so it's a tough decision.
Good too.
I don't ever drink cranberry, so
you have to like cranberry.
maybe this is a way to get cranberry into my diet and into my body, maybe.
Take the flower from the pot.
Kids at a Harvest Host.
Almost too good to be called wine.
Yeah, they're like,
Almost like
they're very like juicy. It tastes like a kid's
could be a bad thing.
Juice, yeah. They go down smooth, so maybe we'll just finish a bottle tonight and we'll see if I have a headache tomorrow. Maybe. All right, good morning, everybody. We survived our first Harvest Host experience. So we're not the boondocking type. I don't know if we've talked about it before, but we are full hookup people. We like having running water. We like having unlimited running water. We like having to be able to dump our sewer whenever we want, 50 amp, so we can run heaters, air conditioners, whatever we need to do. So we were very hesitant to even become Harvest Host members, but we wanted to try it. We wanted to step outside of our comfort zone. We haven't stepped too far out though, because we're still only looking at Harvest Hosts that do offer 50 amp hookup. I'm worrying about water or sewer, but as long as we can find a Harvest Host that has a 50 amp hookup, we're willing to give it a shot. So this was the first one. We were coming from Forest Lake RV campground in Advance, North Carolina, and we were heading south. So we knew we were heading towards Tybee Island, and we needed to break up the drive, and we're like, why not? Let's try this winery out in South Carolina. So that's where we are, Timmonsville, South Carolina. It's like 10 miles west of 95, so it's a pretty good location, I'd say. I mean, it only took us an extra 15 minutes to get here from 95, so we'll head 15 minutes back east and hop on 95 and start heading back down south until we hit Savannah, and then we're gonna fly over to Tybee Island. So that's our plan. We're spending a few days at Tybee Island. The issue is that I've also heard that this campground is very tight. It can fit our 40-foot rig, but it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be very tight. And Tybee Island's a small island, and you can't use the GPS. You have to use the route that they give you. So for somebody that has some pretty bad anxiety when it comes to backing in and driving in small spaces, this should be fun. So we'll try to record as much of it as we can. But as you have noticed in our videos, we don't really record many high stress situations because we don't think to turn on the camera right away, which we're trying to get better at that. For example, yesterday would have been the perfect example. When we were coming down the road to get to turn onto the road that the winery was on, I missed the turn. So I had to turn down the next road. RV didn't fit. So I had to try to back down the road, which backing straight up down the road, a million times harder than backing into a 90-degree or to an angled site. I'd much rather try to back into a site than to just back straight back. And then we had to basically back in almost like a 90-degree site in order to position ourselves to turn back around. So we did a massive, I guess, what is that, a K-turn. We are on the fence about becoming a Harvest Host member. I mean, it's $100 for the year. I think we got a 50% off for being a Grand Design owner. I think it was just when we first purchased our rig, we had that coupon that you can use. But I think it's about $100, maybe a little more, $120 if you get the golf package, which I think I have. And if you're on the fence about it, give it a shot. There are a ton that are listed on there that are actually have full hookups. If not full hookups, at least have 50 amp or 30 amp. So if you're worried about not having solar, not having lithium batteries, and boondocking, don't be too freaked out by it. You can at least find one that has power hookups. We are also skeptical, I guess is a good word, just because, you know, we have 2 kids and we want to make sure that they're safe. So we tend not to be off the beaten path type of people. We like to know that there are others around us, so that way, I don't know, if crime is going to happen, maybe we have some people to help, you know, band together and fight the crime. Maybe I've watched too many movies. Yeah, in fact, I have watched way too many movies. But we were a little hesitant to do this because of that. Luckily, when we got here, we were the only ones here. But then a few other RVs pulled in, so then we felt a lot more comfortable. We have the cameras. We have self-protection. I don't know what phrase to use to not have this flagged or whatever, but you know, we do protect ourselves concealedly. We felt safe. We slept fine. The kids luckily slept all night long. But this was a nice first experience for Harvest Host. I'm glad it wasn't a bad first experience, because if it was, then we probably wouldn't use it again. But we're already looking into some other ones. We have a few random open nights here and there while we're down in Florida and back in Georgia and South Carolina. So we're going to check out a few. Leave down in the comments if you have stayed at any Harvest Hosts in the state of Florida. Let us know which ones you've stayed at. We'd be definitely interested, as we're going to be going around the state of Florida again for about 2 months. So full review for this Harvest Host. It was spacious. When we first pulled in, there was a Class A leaving, so we had to go around another entrance, but there are, I think they have about 10 electrical hookups here, and maybe half of those are full hookups. So it's $20 for electric and water, $30 for full hookups. They have 12 different wines here, and they charge $10 to taste all 12 wines. I think it's about $10 a bottle, $15 if you get the pomegranate, which is what we got because that was our favorite, and that bottle is gone already. I would say, you know, so in total we spent $50 here, had wine, had a good time, let the kids run around. So if we didn't do the wine tasting, we just paid for the hookups, we would have spent $20. I would have been spending at least $50-$60 for an overnight stay somewhere else without the experience of being at a winery and just being out in nature like this. So I think it's well worth it, and I would recommend it. I would give it a thumbs up, and would recommend if you're passing through the South Carolina area. It's, like I said, 10 miles off of 95. It's a pretty easy straight road, one left turn or one right turn. Make sure you make the turn so you don't do what I did. But I'd recommend it. But for now, I hear Amanda vacuuming inside, and I hear the kids getting louder, which means I'm going to be needed in there so we can finish packing up and getting on the road. From here, we're heading to Tybee Island, and from Tybee Island, I don't remember where we're headed. Somewhere in Florida. We're staying at about three state parks, three state parks, obviously TTO, and a campground at the Ocala National Forest. So I'm pretty excited about that. Again, all going to be tight spots, but we'll figure it out. As long as we can get in, we'll have fun. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to us. Click the thumbs up, let YouTube know that you like this video so that others may have the opportunity to enjoy it. And go follow us on Instagram at Type1Detour, and we'll see you on the next one.